Hey guys, welcome to our Emerald chat for the week. Super excited. Jaylen's here too, so she's gonna help me run this. So we want to be talking to you guys about Success Club because it's the last week of the month. February can kind of be a tricky month, but it's only a tricky month if you tell yourself it's a tricky month. And we really want to help you guys be hitting Success Club. So we want to make sure we're targeting what we're talking about with where you're struggling. So before we get into like dumping all the tips and advice, how do you guys feel like everything's going? By raise of hand, how many of you are like crushing it with invites? Minimum of 5 invites a day, which means 25 unique people each week, which means 100 unique people a month. How many of us are doing 100 unique people a month by at least a minimum of 5? Okay, awesome. Love the hands that are raised. We're going to start with those hands. For those of you who are doing 100 unique people, are you at Success Club yet? Or is 100 unique people still not getting you to Success Club yet? Okay, all right, we're seeing lots of thumbs down. Okay, so a couple tips about this. And I'm going to open the chat so you guys can chat while we're going too. Jaylen, did you just say something? Did I hear your voice? Maybe not. I don't even know where you are. I lost you. Okay. So Allie said something in the comments about I've been inviting like crazy and I'm having interest, but I'm having a hard time closing the sale. Raise of hand. How many people are having this same issue? Sherry, I think you are unmuted. Can you mute? Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're having lots of people with this issue. Let's talk about this. Okay. So more than anything, I'm just going to talk about what I do because that's the only thing I have experience with. So I know this analogy gets like beat into death, but we're farmers. Got to remember that. So I don't know how many of you have planted a garden, are a farmer, know a farmer, understand the concept of being a farmer, but no farmer goes out in the morning and plants a whole bunch of corn, crop, potato, whatever. They don't plant seeds and come in to have a lunch break and go back out at dinner time and they're like, oh my gosh, why did nothing grow up out of the ground? Like, this is ridiculous. Where are these must be defective potato plants. Like, that is not what a farmer does. Farmers understand that it takes a hot minute. So number one, not every seed they put in the ground is going to grow into a flourishing plant. That's why they plant lots of them, because some of them are going to take and some of them won't. They understand that it takes water, that it takes sunshine, that it takes good soil, that it takes whatever. That it's going to take a hot second for it to come up. That is exactly what we are doing with invites. Number one, the sunshine, water, good soil that we are giving our invites is us consistently showing up even when people are saying no, because doing an invite is turning on the headlights for them to start watching us. And if you are sending all these invites on the back end, but your wall is showing that you're eating donuts and YOLO and you haven't posted a side-by-side in 6 weeks and you've never invited to the group on your wall, people are going to be like, what is this boot camp she is talking about? What, like, why would I, like, she's eating donuts. Why would I spend money? Like, no, I'm not. No. So you got to make sure you're showing up, that you're posting consistently on your wall and in your stories, that you're doing your workout, that you're following the meal plan, whether it's to be or the containers, that you're getting results. I'm hearing a lot of background noise. So if everybody can make sure they're muted, because I'm not the admin, I can't mute everybody. That would be awesome. So you want to make sure you're consistently showing up. That's always number one, because it takes a second for those invites you're sending to come around. And just like a farmer, the more, Brittany, you're one of the ones that I can hear background noise on. If you can mute, that'd be awesome. You want to make sure you are sending lots, because you don't know who's going to be ready when they're ready. I stalked Jaylen and ghosted her for 6 months, even though she was inviting me, even though I asked for info, and then she would follow up with me and I would ignore her. It took me 6 months. She stalked Micah for 18 months. It takes a second for people to be ready to do this. So you have to remember that. And I mean, for most of you, I mean, by the raise of hands, how many of you signed up with your coach the second they invited you? The very first time you saw that they were posting a challenge group and you saw the price tag, you were like, take my money, I want to join. How many of you did that? Oh, look at that. I don't see a single hand, guys. I love you. Oh, no, I see one. Sarah, good job. Sarah, you're our beautiful freak of nature. Because that's just not normal. Like, that's not what happens. So, and you've got to remember that our job is to stick around. So, and the way that we do unique, Kylie, I love your struggle. I'm going to come to that in just a second in the thread. The way that we do unique is connecting. So you want to connect with a minimum of 20 unique people a day. So, and this is, I love my coach friends. And I do comment on their stuff. I do watch what they're doing. I love to watch their stories. Those don't count as connections, okay? So if you have coach besties that you love watching their stories, please remember that. And I promise, if you're anything like me, you think you're doing more connections than you really are. You think you're doing more invites than you really are. So I take a super normal notebook. I don't have it next to me, just super normal college ruled 99-cent notebook you can buy when school is starting, and number it 1 through 20. And then at the bottom, number it 1 through 10. And every day I make sure I'm connecting with 20 people. Okay. Normal things. Wish them a happy birthday. Comment on their picture that you love their hair. Tell them you're super excited they got a new dog. Congratulations on your baby. I'm so excited you're pregnant. Your daughter's school pictures are super cute. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry your husband is sick. Whatever. Normal things you would do before you were a coach. Commenting on their stories. Like, those are normal connections. You're doing 20 of them, and I promise, unless you are like disciplined boss of the universe like Micah, you've got to write down the names, because I can almost guarantee you're not doing as many as you think you are. And I can tell you from experience, because I have to write down the names, because my brain thinks, oh, you've been doing this for a long time. I bet you've done 20. And when I actually look, I've only done 8 or 9. You've got to write down the names, okay? And you need to do this focused and intentionally. And then same thing with invites. You're sending, I bet you're not sending as many invites as you think you are. And the way that you find more people to invite is to connect with more people. And the way you find more people to connect with is by expanding your network. Everything starts in the funnel. So you think about a big funnel. The funnel is widest at the top, right? That's expanding your network. Then it's who you connect with. Then it's who you invite. Then it's who's in your group. Then it's your builders. Everything starts with adding to your network. So if you are like, I'm trying to do my invites, I'm trying to sell, but I've never expanded my network, I'm not adding new friends. Well, girlfriend, there's a problem. We're going to get stuck because the funnel doesn't have enough people coming in. You have to add to your network. If you're only adding 1 new friend a day, the funnel is going to look like this. We got to be super adding to our network. Whether you're using a tool like 21 Social or Stim, or you're doing it yourself on Instagram, or you're adding friends on Facebook, or whatever, you have to add to your network so that you have 20 unique people to add, to connect with each day, like a normal person. Normal things you would say before you were a coach to people who are not coaches. Then 10 invites, 5, 10, whatever you're aiming at. I do 10 because I do 20 and 10. You always want to do double the connections that you're doing on invites. Then you invite. Then those people that are expressing interest get added into the boot camp, and then those people become coaches. So if you want lots of builders, that's exactly why Micah is aggressive AF at expanding her network and connecting. That's how she gets so many builders, because she is a boss at connecting. The more you connect, the more you can invite. The more you invite, the more you get in the group. The more you get in the group, the more builders you get. Everything starts at the top.
Can I just add that, you guys, like, Facebook is so much harder to add people. So I would honestly make sure you're adding to Instagram as well, because Instagram is so much easier to find a lot of people, where Facebook people are naturally more closed off. So personally, I'm spending more time on Instagram right now because Facebook is just so walled up. That doesn't mean I'm not expanding there, but honestly, you'll have better luck on Instagram with more follows. And so, like, connecting is so much easier because it's open. So when you're connecting, when someone mute themselves, whoever's talking. Okay, what I recommend with the connecting, you guys, is whenever you comment, compliment them or question. Like, you want to end with a question that starts a conversation. So whenever you're like, oh my gosh, your daughter's outfit's adorable, where did you get it? They're more likely to respond back to you. And guess what? I'm the comment and ask me a question, I know who those people are. I now have relationships with them. People who just comment, I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, that's nice you commented, but I'm not going to be paying attention to them as much as the people who are actually conversing with me. So, okay, someone is still on mute.
Michaela and Jeannie, I don't think you guys can see your phones, but the noise is coming from you too. So if we could have you two mute, that would be super fabulous. Gracias.
All right, so always ask a question. I promise that is so much easier to get a conversation going, and they're going to pay more attention to you because you're actually conversing, not just commenting. So that was my little thing I wanted to say. Oh, and don't like seriously just go and comment on people's stuff. Once again, IG, you could bust out a power hour, I feel like, in 10 minutes because it's so easy to find people, add them to a collection, comment on their stuff, love on their stuff. Like, don't overthink it, like, oh my gosh, are they gonna like me? Are they gonna be like my person? Do I really like them? Who cares? Be like a social. Pretend that like you're at a social gathering and all these people you see on the explore page are there. You wouldn't walk up and be like, I don't like you. Like, you would walk up and be like, hey, how are you? And then you'd be like, hey, you're probably not my person. I'm just gonna go to the next people. But you wouldn't do that initially, like scope out the entire situation and overthink it. You'd just be social. You'd go up and say hi, introduce yourself, whatever, compliment them, ask them a question, where are you from, blah, blah, blah. So pretend that this is all in person, you guys. Don't be that awkward person like rocking in the corner that's like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know anybody here. Like, just be normal. Like, just pretend it's all in real life. I promise it's so much easier than a lot of us make it.
Okay, did that help? For those of you who said you're struggling with knowing who to invite, you're struggling with knowing who to connect with, did that help? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. All right. Does everybody feel like they know what they're doing with wording? Yes, this is a good time to be inviting because we are needing to put seeds in the ground to harvest for 2-3 months from now. But you want to make sure right now, more than anything, you're going out and picking the plants that have already, they're planted, they're grown, they're ready to be harvested. This is people who have been watching you for months. This is people you invited 4 months ago. This is people you invited when 2B Mindset came out, if you've been out that long. This is people you invited when Lift 4 came out. This is people who expressed interest in Transform 20 way back in end of November, December. This is when we did the flash sale in November. People who asked for info then, that they were wanting to get info then. This is who you're in. This is who you're following up with. Okay. Jalen, I loved what you said about when people like ask for info, how do you explain? Yeah, do your thing you did on the last call.
Okay, I'm going to say something else really quick too with follow-ups, you guys. Ashley, how many people do you get on the initial invite?
If I send 10 a day, I probably get one that asks for info. And of the one a day that asks for info, maybe one of those a week purchases.
Okay. So this really is a stats game, you guys. 1 in 10. 1 in 10 of everything. 1 in 10 people you put a friend request out will probably accept. 1 in 10 who ask for info will actually do anything. So like, you've got to remember, more connections, more people. Our Success Club points, I would say 99% of our Success Club points come from follow-ups. They don't come from a magic post. They don't come from a magic invite. They come from follow-ups. How many of you guys are consistently following up with people who you've already invited and sent info to? That is where we have our problem. Okay. So like, you need a list. So you are checking in with them every time you do a new group. Hey girl, I know you were interested before. The timing wasn't right, and that's totally cool. I'm opening up a new group. Is now a better time? Super simple. Hey, I know you wanted info last time, and I didn't hear from you, but I didn't want you to think I forgot you. Wow, forgot you. Were you interested still? Like, you guys, it's so simple, and we make it like this big, weird, scary thing. You're being a normal friend, okay? Let's say you had a friend who wanted to go to lunch. They had to cancel for whatever reason. You'd be like, you wouldn't be like, I'm never going to lunch with you again. You canceled on me one time. Like, you'd be like, hey girl, you were sick last time. You ready to go to lunch again? Like, it's not a big deal, okay? Okay, as far as info, when I send people info, if you're struggling with people committing or you're getting the it's expensive comment, you need to look at your posts. Are your posts adding value of why they need to join you, and not just saying what you're doing, okay? Because if they don't know why it's awesome, they're not going to want to join you. Second thing is, when I give people info, I am legit telling them how inexpensive and affordable this is, because it is, you guys. And if you don't believe that, you will always struggle with price objections. So I'm going to break it down for you myself, okay? Because these are real numbers from me. I personally got a gym membership for $500. How many of you have got a gym membership and used it like 3 times ever in that whole year? Okay, it's quite common, hence January is awesome at the gym, right? No one wants to go to the gym in January because it's busy, and then by February, everybody's done. So I used the gym pass 3 times. Guess how much that gym cost me per use? I was like, oh, $175 every time I went to the gym. That's great. That's more than our challenge pack to begin with, and I used it 3 times. I also, so when I start the conversation, I A, do this voice message, or B, I have a form that has a YouTube video that says all of this, okay? So I'll say something like, hey girl, I'm so excited you want info. First, I want you to understand what you're going to get and how this works. So what I love about what we do is we give you the tools for everything you need to be successful. Some people think they can just go to the gym and run off their cookies and pizza and eat like crap, which is not how it works. Some people think they can just starve themselves and they're going to lose all the weight, which is also not lifestyle, long-term effective, or healthy in any way. And some people think you can drink a shake all day and you're going to just have magical results, which is not the truth. But we offer everything. And why I love that is because it's so freaking affordable. I personally have spent $500 on a gym pass that I used 3 times. What I love about ours is you're going to get access to over 700 workouts for a year. A year. You could do a workout every single day and still not even touch all of the workouts. So it's a killer deal. There's something for everybody, so you never get bored. Okay, value right there. Cost value. I'm already like tallying up the cost by telling them real numbers, you guys. So if you've ever had personal experiences with the gym or nutritionist or anything like that, add those numbers in. Then I go to the meal plan and I say, and I love this meal plan because personally I've been to a nutritionist and I spent $360 for 10 weeks. And I also got a 50% discount because I did photography work for them. Okay, that's a $720 bill, you guys. Like, do you understand how cheap and affordable our stuff is? I honestly think it's undervalued. I do, personally. So I tell them that. And it worked, and it was great, except for it didn't work long-term because I didn't learn how to eat. And that's what I love about this plan is it's literally macro-based, which is what, well, when I'm talking containers, macro-based, because that's what my nutritionist used. And he didn't teach me how to do macros. And this is like simplified and super easy. And it actually teaches me how to eat for the rest of my life. And I've maintained my results for X amount of years, however long you've been doing this. And then you actually get our whole food super shake. And I go into my whole thing about Shakeology. And if you haven't heard me spill on that, I'm not going to go on to it here. But I tell why and what's in it and how it's not a protein shake. We have that. I tell them that. This is not a protein shake. We have a protein shake. This is not our protein shake. And so then I tell them, and you're probably like, holy crap, this is going to be expensive. And honestly, I think it's underpriced, really. So then when I tell them the price, like 160 to 220, they're like, whoa, that is way affordable. I'm like, yeah, because if you tally up all the numbers, that's over $1,300 I personally have spent for 10 weeks and a year that I never did, right? So it's honestly, usually you're not explaining why it's awesome, or you're in your own head and you think it's expensive. And you guys, you've got to work that out in your own head because it is not expensive. It is so cheap. It's like if you did a workout every day, that's like, seriously, what is that? Like 20 cents, 50 cents a workout? You can't go to a gym. You can do like a punch pass for like $5 if you're lucky. So you need to understand the value yourself and you just explain that. So that's how I do it.
So much. Yes. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? I've been scanning the chat to make sure. A couple people have said they're stuck in the mindset of inviting the person for the 100th time. Okay. So that's exactly why we talked about unique invites. You're inviting 100 unique people a week because you're doing, or not 100 a week, 50 a week because you're doing 10 a day, 5 to 10 a day, 25 to 50, whatever, however many you're doing. I do 50 because I do 10 a day. And then on Fridays, I do 40 follow-ups because I follow Josh Coates' system. All y'all should know what I'm talking about because we get access to this because of Micah investing in his app. So with Josh's system on Friday, you do 40 follow-ups. This is the people that you were talking to however many months ago that you're like, hey, I have a group coming. I know, like Jalen said, if you wanted to go to lunch with someone and they canceled because their kid was sick, would you be afraid to ask them if they want to go to lunch again 2 months later? No. Because you understand why they didn't come last time. You love them. You want them to come to lunch. And so you just send a follow-up to someone who had expressed interest 2 months ago but didn't do it, that, hey, I know we had talked about you doing this a couple months ago, but the timing wasn't right. Are you in a better position now? Are you ready now? Did your husband find a job yet? Did you get over your recovery? How is your foot? Like, whatever excuse they gave you, this is when you follow up. And I do 40 of those on Fridays. So, and someone said in here, Sherry said, which this is exactly how I do it, Teamsy is a thing. That's how I track my people. You can use Google Streak. If you're super organized, you can use a pen and paper. I don't care what you do, but you make a list. And when someone tells me that they're like, oh, this sounds awesome, but and like Jalen said, I don't get people who say, oh, this is so expensive. I do get people who are like, oh, this sounds great. I don't have the money right now, but are you going to be running this group again? That those are the people that I add to my follow-up for a month from now, so that the next time I'm running this group, I can invite them again. And so that makes it so when I do and those are all the follow-up Friday people. Those aren't people I count as invites, because if I plant 100 seeds and I keep bugging those 100 people, then what happens when those 100 people dry up? Then you get super stuck. This is why you have to constantly be doing unique, new people and following up with old people, okay? Any other questions? We got like 2 minutes before we're gonna hop off and let the diamonds, we're gonna do our diamond call. Except I don't think Melissa's back yet, so I have no idea how we're gonna end the recording. Oh, maybe Melissa is back.
Sorry, I am.
Melissa is back. Yay. Yay. Okay, do you guys have any final questions? Everybody feel like they know what to do? Everybody feel ready to go out and chat some people and change some lives and Team Cup strong and help their coaches hit Emerald this month? Everyone, because you guys should all Emeralds. Does everyone know?
Question.
Yes, I can't see your face, but yes, go.
Oh, sorry, I'm driving. So how about if I have a couple people that have said they're interested, but then I give them the information and they've said, oh, I'm going to try my thing that I have going on right now. Do I try them again? No, or do you think?
Did that cut out for everybody else, or was that just me? Okay. Say it one more time, Sarah. You cut out at the end. You started to sound like a robot.
Okay. So sorry, I'm going into my garage. So if I invite someone and then they sound interested and then and then they say, I'm gonna try the doctors that were past or whatever.
Sarah, we cannot hear you at all.
Yeah, Sarah, I think what you're saying is I'm asking them and they're saying like, I want to try what I'm doing right now. I'm already doing keto or free or Weight Watchers, whatever. I'm already trying something. Those are the people that you let it go and you say, awesome, sounds good, good luck. And I'm super excited for you. I'm glad you found something that's working for you. If anything changes, I'll be here. And then you go on and you find new people because they're going to watch you, I promise. And they're going to see, like, I can't tell you how many people I've had that are doing keto, whatever it's called, that they see that like, dude, this girl's having weight loss days and she's eating carbs. Like, I want that. And like, they're watching. It doesn't matter that they have something. They're still going to watch you. So those are the people you move on and you keep going because they'll watch. But don't beat the drum. Tell them. And I am a firm believer that there are multiple ways to lose weight. And if they don't want to do Beachbody, that doesn't mean that I'm like, okay, well, you're going to get fat. Good luck with what you do. Like, if you want to deprive yourself of carbs, go for it, girlfriend. That just doesn't sound fun to me. And if you want to drink 6 shakes a day, go for it, girlfriend. I don't want to do that, but go for it. Like, I hope you get awesome results. So what we're doing is living our best life and finding people who want to live their best life with us. And if someone is inspired by what we're doing, but they want to do something else, we love them and we encourage them and move on and invite new people. Okay, hopefully this was helpful. I'm excited. Let's do like a ring the bell in the message threads today. So first of all, let's ring the bell when you've sent 20 invites, okay? So especially if you haven't locked Success Club yet, right now is hustle time. So yes, typically you can send 5 to 10, but we're getting down to the end of the month. So if you aren't at Success Club yet, we got to double up actions a little bit. So ring the bell in the threads, post an awesome gift when you've done 20 invites, and every time you change a life and you get somebody started and enrolled in the boot camp, we're going to have like a freak out party in the threads. So share in there so that we can all celebrate with you as we all like change a whole bunch of lives and help a bunch of us get to Success Club, because it's the foundation for your business. And that's where the fulfillment and the joy comes, when you're helping people get results, and you help people get results when they get a challenge pack. Because like Jaylyn said, it's all the puzzle pieces. So we want to help people get results. That's why we're doing what we're doing, is because we love them, help them, and we're not doing it for points. We're not doing it to get paid. We're doing it because we want to help people. So let's blow it up in the threads while we change lives. Okay? Okay, love you guys. See you next week.